The Cannabis Show is for information only. You should always consult with a qualified and licensed physician or other medical care provider.
Welcome to the Cannabis Show. Today, Evan teaches us when to harvest. We answer your burning questions, and Hart and Basil are in the back getting ready for the next round of strain versus strain. Who will win this round? Keep watching to find out.
Player 1, Player 2, fight.
It's time for strain versus strain. Hart and Basil have both 30 seconds to defend their strain. For your chance to win a prize today, tell us who you think wins in the YouTube comments below. Today, Hart is representing After Dinner from licensed producer The Hydropothecary, with Basil representing Canada from Organigram. Okay, Basil. You can kick things off this round. You have 30 seconds to make your case. Are you ready?
Let's do it.
All right, he's so calm. Collect. 3, 2, 1, and go!
All right, well, let's start off. Great name, right? Canada, that's cool. This thing, it's got a nice moderate amount of THC, so it's a good daytime strain for me, but for this one, it's all about the terps. Ton of pinene in there. Over half of the reported terp content is pinene. Lots of caryophyllene in there, so that's anti-inflammation, great for the lungs, gonna open things up. It's just an overall great daytime strain. It's gonna be focusing, use it throughout the day at work. It's my kind of strain, Canada.
Wow, you still have 2 seconds to spare, like it.
Can I borrow those 2 seconds?
All right, Art, you got 32 seconds. Are you ready?
Ready.
All right, 3, 2, 1, and go!
All right, so I am going to do After Dinner from Hydropothecary, but to do things a little bit differently this time, I'm actually just going to let the bud speak for itself.
Ooh, a clinic. Now, for medical reasons, it's really good to, you know.
This is the most quiet I've ever seen.
Yeah, wow, this is 30 seconds of dead air.
Not gonna do.
There you go. Break it all up. Now, what are we looking at here? Your time is up. We've been told to hold up. He's putting the filter in. That's nice. You know, I use those actual rolling things now.
Oh, yeah?
You know, those are cool. You know, where the gadgets that you do.
I always make them too tight.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
Oh, man. He's shaking. Next time, bring like a vaporizer.
Bam.
Ta-da! All right. Your time is up in like about 10 minutes. You know, the Canada. I tell you, now that.
Look at that. Beautiful.
Thank you. Great job for both of you. For those of you watching at home, who do you think won? Tell us in the comments below, and we'll announce the winning strain in an upcoming show. We'll also choose a winning YouTube comment at random to win a prize.
Hi, welcome to Growing Tips. My name's Evan, and today we're going to talk about when to harvest your cannabis. After the vegetative cycle comes the flowering cycle, and it can take up to 14 weeks, and every grower has their own preference on when is best to harvest. There are 2 main techniques to identify when your cannabis is ready. The first is to look at the pistils, the hairs on our bud that change from white to red as it ages. When 60 to 70% of the pistils turn red, your cannabis should be ready to harvest. The second, more accurate method is to use a magnifying glass to look at the trichomes. These are tiny oil glands that cover the bud, and this is where the majority of the THC, CBD, and terpenes are found. These trichomes have a similar shape to tiny mushrooms with a thin stem and bulbous top. As the trichome heads age, they change from clear to cloudy to amber. When the majority of the trichomes are cloudy, our cannabis is at its peak potency and it's the best time to harvest. Once they turn to amber, the THC degrades to CBN that's known to be more sedative and relaxing. The last week or two before harvest, it's important to flush your growing medium with fresh water to rinse out any excess salts or nutrients. This will leave us with clean tasting cannabis that burns to a white ash. If you have any questions about when to harvest, leave them in the comments below. Thanks for watching and keep growing.
If you consume pharmaceutical medications, you are probably familiar with DINs, or drug identification numbers. These are often used where a specific drug has a very specific makeup and is developed the same way every time it is made. There are other products on the market, for example, diabetes test strips, that are covered by insurance companies but do not fit the bill for a DIN number. These products have a PIN number, or a product identification number. The purpose of this number is mainly to assist in adjudication, billing, and tracking. MedRelief has decided to move forward with their decision to attach PIN numbers to all of their product offerings. Right now, this does not directly benefit Canadian patients. However, it is a step in the right direction towards a solution. The next steps would include your insurers making the choice to cover medical cannabis products. If they were to start doing so, employing the use of PIN numbers looks like a very viable option. So please, please, please don't stop demanding that your insurance company pick up medical cannabis coverage as an option for you.
You can ask us anything on The Cannabis Show, and if you'd like to do so, it's The Cannabis Show at naturalhealthservices.ca. Hello, I'm Chris. We got Hart. And of course, the lovely Kate and Basil over here as well. And today our question is from Taylor. You ready?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Dear Cannabis Show, I've been prescribed 1 gram a day and bought a bottle of oil. How much am I supposed to take? I can't figure out the math. I'm worried I'm taking too much.
Yeah,
Common question.
Great question. I think the first thing always remember, you're going to want to start with like a very, very low dose. So you're not going to worry about taking too much,
Exactly.
right? Yeah. You're going to really start with a tiny, tiny amount of that oil, and you're going to titrate up until you start to feel the effects that you want.
Which can take a few weeks.
Yeah, because there's all sorts of conflicting information online too. So the golden rule, and the only rule you really need to remember, is probably journal and start at the lowest possible amount, like a 0.1, and then titrate up from there maybe the next night, because it does take about 2 hours to peak in your system.
Mm-hmm. And that's if you're using like an indica oil for sleep or something like that.
Yeah.
Other than that, if you're going to use it maybe 8 hours, or if you're going to use a small amount every 8 hours, like if you're going to use it for days.
I don't know if I'd
even
go
later?
that long in between. I'd go less, like 4 hours.
Oh, okay.
I think it's important to understand too that the doctor's probably not trying to say, I think you should take a whole gram of cannabis per day, more or less. I think the doctor is trying to say, let's give you a gram and let's give you the ability to get, try a few different things out. With that gram, you can order up to 30 grams in a month.
Yeah.
So that gives you the option to buy an oil of this and maybe a dried product of this and try a couple things.
Because they kind of affect you differently.
Right, the doctor is not going to say to you, well, if you're having trouble sleeping, take 2 vapes of X and call me in the morning.
So really don't worry about the math.
Don't worry about the math. Don't confuse yourself. Just remember low and slow. But it is also the amount that you're legally allowed to carry.
Yeah, right, okay.
So,
important number to know, but start low and go slow.
Yeah.
And when it comes to carrying, if a company sells you a bottle of oil and they count it as 10 grams towards your script, just count that as 10 grams when you're traveling in Canada, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's the best way to do it. Keeps it simple. Let's just say you took too much. You took too much THC. What's the worst here? What can happen?
For people with some pretty serious pre-existing mental disorders, like it can be a big deal, but for most, it's not.
Well, the first time I took too much oil, medical oil, and I was from vaping it before, kind of thing. I mean, I did have quite an experience, kind of thing, but I was used to it. So I'm just kind of concerned. This is more or less like for first-time users. Again, go slow, but if you do you might get
using oils. I mean, it's 4 to 5 times more psychoactive if you're using THC.
Well, your liver makes
oil.
it stronger.
Exactly.
And don't try to convert grams to milliliters, because they don't expect you to do that. There's no reason to do that. Just the lowest possible.
So I think we nailed that. Start low and go slow, and that goes for everyone out there. Thanks, Taylor, for your question. Well, guys, we are on social media.
Yeah, on Twitter at ThisIsTCS.
And on Instagram at This Is The Cannabis Show.
Follow us.
Thanks for watching.